100 times we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. Can't let it fade. We got a sparkle in our eyes. Can't let it wait. I'm counting down until we start. We're renegades. We come to play. Yeah, we play hard. 100 times we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. I toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I'm on the edge. Feels like I've been walking on ice. Just wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. 100 times we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. I toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I feel the party coming on, and I know you'll come along when you hear it in your ear. Yeah, I know you're feeling the way we're moving. Nothing can stop it. We gon' get off the edge. I've been feeling it all.
Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back.
We're not using our
Oh,
microphones.
sorry. I forgot that we were on the air. Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Don't forget to hump someone you love today, whether it's your dog
I
or
might hump
anyone.
your boot. Looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
a furry little friend.
Yes, made out of Theo's cousins. No, I'm kidding. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It was a joke. It was
Oh
a joke.
my
It was a joke.
God.
Can't joke like that. A joke. A joke. A joke. Total joke.
How is Theo, though?
He's good. He got into some duty yesterday. And then he also ate a little bit of penne alla vodka for dinner last night because I was asleep and Ben let him get into the penne. So Theo is having diarrhea today, for those who are just wondering about his regular bowel movements.
I think absolutely everyone is wondering about Theo and his bowel movements. Like, he's the precious gem.
He's usually
of a
very
man.
regular.
By the way, we never got any feedback on if people wanted Theo to start a Patreon channel.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I saw one person who said they wanted to.
Okay, so you guys, Theo's going to start a Patreon channel where basically we just live stream a camera on him for an hour a month.
It'll be
of
like
him
$5.
being precious. I think like $2.
$4.
Okay, $6.
You got a business to run.
That's true. That's true.
$75.
He has bills to pay. He has medical supplies to acquire.
It is a beautiful day here in New York, thank God. Our stream is looking bright and sunny, and so is my back, and it's nice and sweaty. The weather has become such an integral part of my life, and I'm so grateful when it's like sunny and stuff, but my back gets so hot.
Oh.
So it's like, it's a win-lose.
Hot back syndrome.
HBS.
HBS.
Good morning, everyone.
We have so much to talk about today. It's like I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start with the fact that Camto's tickets went up for pre-sale yesterday. The tickets are flooding in.
They have been snatched.
The group is popping off already. Like, everyone is being so cute, already making friends, already making connections, but don't also think like it's too late to make friends
No,
and
it's not.
connections.
It's not.
They started like a group me for people who are going alone so that like when you roll up and you want to turn around because you're like, why did I show up to this internet camp alone? Like, you text this other solo people and like you guys can find your people.
That is so cute. I didn't see that. I love when like a new group gets started. It gets me like really excited.
Yeah, and especially a camp group because like, yeah, right now we're strangers on the internet, but we're soon going to become best friends.
Right, and that's the thing about camp. There are no strangers here, just friends you haven't met yet.
And just counselors you haven't met yet.
A beautiful quote. A beautiful quote.
A beautiful quote from Camp Toast.
Okay, so we're going to recap Vanderpump Rules at the end of this episode and The Bachelor since we both caught up yesterday. I went to bed.
Take about 2 minutes because it was so fucking boring.
Oh, I have so many thoughts. I went to bed at 8:30, which was just so special. Like, I don't do that enough. You are like randomly always falling asleep at like 6 p.m.
Very random, but I'm mostly falling asleep at 12.
Yeah, but it's just like it's such a long night. Do you know what I mean? Like, I took NyQuil too because I was not feeling great.
You sound like someone who works a crow at the wall. The long night.
It was a long night. The White Walkers. Okay, whatever. So, is someone vacuuming during our live show? Oh my God, the lack of respect is just out of control. But yes, I took NyQuil and I woke up at like 3 a.m. because like I had already been sleeping for like 7 hours, and you just assume that like it's time to wake up. And I was just thinking to myself, I lied there for like 20 minutes before the night. Like I actually went back to sleep.
Before the long night ended.
Before the long night ended. And by the way, this is like a very bad children's book. Before the long night ended. And I was just thinking to myself, there are so many hours in the night, you know, like what if we didn't have to sleep? How productive we would be.
Oh, for sure. It's just like Rob Pattinson in Twilight.
Right. He read all those books.
He's so productive.
So productive.
Yeah.
What's that from? Oh my God, by the way, I feel there are a lot of new toasters, and I've been seeing a lot of posts in the groups like asking if we could do like toasty lingo.
Well, we have the Steamy Lexicon episode on our Patreon. It's a 2-parter. Some say it's their favorite episode ever.
Right, where we explain kind of all the weird shit we say.
Yeah, and like just tell funny stories that accompany them.
But on this show, we reference a lot so expensive.
And that's from the first ad
we ever did. When our show was on the Morning Breath, we got our first like commercial, and it was for FabFitFun, and it was scripted, so we just had to read it. And me and Jackie went in like this little podcast booth, and we were reading, and Jackie just kept pronouncing the words so weird.
We were like reading off the paper, and I was like, normally 30 full-size products would be so expensive.
Then we couldn't get through the whole thing. So now you can't say so without saying so.
So expensive.
So expensive.
I watched Vanderpump Rules and The Bachelor last night, and then I got into my book, and I'm now like 80% of the way through. And Claude, it is crazy.
Page turner?
It's a real page turner. I had to put it down to go to sleep, but hopefully I'll get to finish it
What if
today.
somebody's name was Paige Turner? That's like a very normal Page is a name and Turner is a name.
That would be a cute name.
Wow. Do you know anyone with the last name Turner? Tina.
And Cam Toast tickets go on sale for Body today at noon. I'm so excited. I think it might sell out like in the next week.
We got a lot of pre-sale. I think it'll sell out relatively. We might open up a few more spots.
We might open up more spots if like the demand is there, because we want everyone who wants to come to Camp Toast to be able to come, because that's the only thing you need to bring with you to Camp Toast. Like,
it's a good attitude.
That you want to be there.
Right.
So
Did you think there was anyone there last year who forgot that at home?
Yes.
Me too. I thought there was one girl. She actually ended up leaving.
Oh,
I'll tell you about it later.
She clearly didn't want to be there.
She didn't want to be there yet.
Anyways, yeah, I feel like we should get into it because we have so much to do.
We also have Dear Toasters. Yeah, let's get into it.
And I have like things to do today. I have a really busy like early afternoon.
Excuse me, I have such a busy day. Wait, we are?
No, well, I am doing Jared Freed's podcast, and I'm actually so excited because I've been watching his Instagram, and he cracks me up. And now I just can't wait to get into it.
I have a show at Caroline's tonight.
Oh my God,
Can't get tickets. Sorry, it's sold out. Ever heard about it?
It's an intimate affair.
It really is intimate. Well, I'm really just like looking to rehearse for my 2 shows this week because I got big shows coming up. Maybe practice some new material. So I'm excited to see everyone.
We're excited to see you.
Also, I love doing shows at Caroline's because the food is so fucking good. Like just like the chicken fingers and the penne. When you do a theater, like there's no menu. You know what I mean?
I think Theo's gonna order the penne.
I have really missed performing in comedy clubs. You know, it's hard when you're a star, just like selling out the Beacon Theater. No dream last night, by the way. Update, because I took NyQuil. I think maybe it silenced my inner demons.
Actually, it usually makes your dreams pop off.
I know.
But I think sometimes sharing like your fears, like the fact that you're having dreams about the Beacon, like it sometimes is the way to overcome them.
Oh, should I talk more about it? Okay, I'm like so nervous. I just can't help thinking, like I've never performed in a place that has 2 balconies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you also never performed in a place where you've attended like a concert?
Huntington.
Casey Musgraves.
Casey Musgraves, I saw her there, and honestly I was really nervous for that too because that was one of my biggest shows, but like that's a good point. Also, I don't think I have ever performed where I know that so many people I know are in the audience. Like I took like 75 tickets for myself at the Beacon for like friends and family, and then I know so many people who like bought their own tickets. So I'm just like nervous about how many people I know.
But I think that will make it better because I know in some of your in some of the shows that we've gone to, I feel like you sometimes like go and like say like an inside joke like on top of the world.
Yeah.
And then like it makes it more fun for us.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I can't stress enough, like when that curtain is closing, like I'm literally gonna shart. Like I'm just so excited because like then we have a party afterwards, and it's like all this work is behind me. Like work is so great, but finishing work is even better.
I mean, for me, I'm gonna shart because I will have a co-host 5 days a week, and I won't have to like be pulling teeth like the dentist that I am.
And I don't think I'll be getting strep as much because I won't be traveling. And I actually made a decision. I went to the pediatrician yesterday. I think I'm gonna get my tonsils out.
I think that's unnecessary.
Well, no, she said you have enlarged tonsils like normally, and that's just one of the prerequisites for getting your tonsils taken out. I do hate like unnecessary surgery, and I've never gone under anesthesia.
It's a really big surgery.
Really? Everyone gets it when they're like a child.
No, I was just talking to someone who had them out a few years ago, and she said like the recovery was brutal.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man, I
not
thought it
like
was so
getting your
easy.
wisdom teeth out. No.
No, I thought the wisdom teeth is like a huge deal.
No, the tonsils are a huge deal.
Are you sure?
I had just been talking to someone who just had them out, and she was like, "They make."
Was she a drama queen?
No,
Okay.
she wasn't.
Okay.
She really wasn't.
Okay.
But I feel like there's something that you wanted to say, and I was cutting you off left and right.
Well, the thing that you have to say, we didn't say yet.
Oh my God. It is. I guess it wasn't time, but now it is time to deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know. Yeah, you. Before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
Hey,
In
today's
the backseat of the cab.
Aegis time.
That's the full commercial for Lion King.
Today's episode is brought to you by one of our best and most exciting brands here at The Morning Toast, The RealReal, where you can own iconic luxury items at an unreal value with The RealReal, the leading reseller of authenticated luxury consignment from top designers like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Rolex, Cartier, and hundreds more at up to 90% off retail. Shop and consign women's and men's luxury fashion and streetwear, as well as fine jewelry, watches, art, and home. They have new arrivals that come in daily, and every item undergoes The RealReal's meticulous authentication process. In fact, The RealReal employs over 100 brand specialists, gemologists, horologists, and art curators from around the globe who inspect thousands of items each day to ensure that every item is authenticated. You can shop luxury the sustainable way, so you don't have to feel guilty. Go online, download the app, or visit one of their stores in West Hollywood or Soho. Plus their brand new location at 870 Madison Avenue in New York. So Jackie and I are huge customers at The RealReal. We both shop and consign there. Just really makes my bag today. It's from The RealReal. It's a really cute Gucci bag.
Thinking, like, I feel like sometimes I'm usually wearing something from The RealReal. Today I'm not.
No, that Gucci bag is from The RealReal, and I put it on my Instagram story, and like I got so many messages about it. I'm like, sorry, it was one of a kind at The RealReal. But if you want to get that or something similar, go online or download the app. You can shop in store, online, on the app, and get 20% off select items with the promo code REAL. Simon Van Kempen, I am real. That's therealreal.com, promo code REAL for 20% off select items in store, online, or download the app. Plus, they have the white glove service for free in-home pickup today if you're looking to consign some of your items.
Love it, you guys. It's a game changer. If you love fashion and you love finding like cool things that your friends don't have, like The RealReal, and at a better price.
As a fashionista, it's imperative that I shop at The RealReal.
Yes, as the fashionista.
But people don't also know I'm a Maxinista.
Also, everyone wants me to address the fact that Taylor Swift just released the trailer for Miss Americana.
Of course, it's like she knew I was busy.
Yeah, no, she has like the same go time as us.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll check it out later, and we'll have to recap tomorrow.
Yeah, because we have so much to talk about today, and like we also need to talk about the Kim and Kylie video. I have so many thoughts.
I have so many thoughts.
We'll work it in later. First story I'm so excited about. It's like the biggest story of the day to me, but you might have not heard yet. But HBO Max has ordered an animated British royal family satire series from Gary Jannetty called The Prince.
Okay, I heard about this.
This is the definition of like being
In
in
tune.
tune with what's necessary and like taking digital content and giving it the spotlight that it deserves.
Right, and Gary, when he was on our podcast, a lot of people might not have known that he used to, and I think still does, write on Family Guy.
Yeah.
So it's like he's got animation history, he's got royal history. Like, this is the convergence of all of his passions.
No.
How exciting for him.
This is, and it's like so topical and timely, and like I feel like the best way to talk about the royal family like would be through a cartoon.
Right, it's like Alan Gregory, honestly.
It was giving me Alan Gregory vibes, and then I was like, I feel like Gary Jannetty had something to do with Alan
Jackie,
Gregory.
I was just going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if I found out he was like a producer or a writer on Alan Gregory. One of the most iconic one-season shows on FX, starring Jonah Hill as the voice of Alan Gregory, who is like this very snotty, like rich kid who is born into two dads, and they like, the dads hate each other. It's such a good show.
It's such a good show, and he brings his own Pinot Grigio to the school lunch. Okay. The Prince hails from writer and executive producer Gary Jannetty. Based on Jannetty's Instagram account, the series will take a look at the royals through the eyes of Prince George, the eldest child of Prince William and Princess Kate. Jannetty will voice Prince George with other members of the voice cast, including Orlando Bloom as Prince Harry,
Wow.
Condola Rashad as Meghan Markle, Lucy Punch as Kate Middleton, Tom Hollander as both Prince Philip and Prince Charles, Alan Cumming as George's butler Owen. I wonder if that's a real guy, George's butler. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Francis de la Tour as Queen Elizabeth, and Iwan Ryan as Prince William. 20th Century Fox Television will produce.
Star-studded.
You guys, this is like the best TV news I've received in a while.
It's going to be iconic. It's really giving me Alan Gregory vibes. Like, it's all about Prince George.
Look
Who's
at the
voice
illustrations.
Oh, Gary is the voice of Prince George.
Of Prince
Oh
George.
my God, wait, these illustrations are so funny. Oh, they did the Queen dirty.
They did the Queen dirty, and like, I'm not cool with that, but it's satire and it's a joke. So.
Oh my God, the Charlotte and little George look so cute. This is by the way, this is just so in tune. Everyone like really knowing what's going on. It's so hard to integrate like digital personalities and into traditional media.
Yes, and you are not getting pulled over.
No, you're not. And Gary has like that background in TV, which is why I feel like this is going to be a smash success. I already know I'm going to be on HBO Max because they have Friends, they have the Gossip Girl reboot, now they have this. And I'm getting a really good feeling about HBO Max.
If I was ever on the fence about HBO Max, and honestly I hadn't been convinced one way or the other, this is it for me. Like, I'm so excited. I do hope they release a lot of episodes at once. Like, I don't want to watch anything week to week anymore. And I'm just so excited for Gary. And this just seems like exactly what people should be doing with digital talent. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of mistakes along the way.
Yep. Grace Helbig.
Busy Phillips. And I feel as though this is it. This is it, you guys.
No, we have made it. We have made it.
I don't know why I feel like so personally. Maybe because I just read his book and I just want everything the best for him.
You're like championing him now.
Yeah. And also because with Megxit, like, this news is more pertinent than ever. I wonder if like they released this news in junction with Megxit.
I have to think that they maybe sped up the announcement because they're such a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
Meghan getting, paparazzi'd everywhere she goes. The life. Oh, so jealous.
Oh, and this is also the second series that Gary has in the works at HBO Max because it was previously announced that him and Brad are working on a travel docuseries, Brad and Gary Go To, together.
And that's based off of Brad's Instagram stories of Gary trying everything in France and not liking any of the pasta. It's just some executive at HBO Max is a genius. And I just want you to know I see you and I believe in you and I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
And we're also available.
Honestly, I think it might be Sarah Aubrey, who is the head of original content for HBO Max.
Sarah, you are a star.
She said, we're so excited to bring the world Gary's created on Instagram over to HBO Max, where our viewers can discover what his Instagram fans already know, that George can be hilarious, shocking, and surprisingly sweet. We can't wait to see what Gary does with a bigger canvas to paint on than just a one-to-one square. Love it.
So cute. Love it. Congrats. Just good news all around.
Yeah, I just love starting the day with like some good news, some premium content.
Knowing that there's premium content in my future, I can sleep well.
Yes, with bad dreams.
Of course.
Okay, next story, a little celeb like dating gossip news. Vanessa Hudgens has been spotted out with Lakers star Kyle Kuzma after Austin Butler split. Okay, so her and Austin are just hitting the ground running, which is making me think they've been broken up for a while.
Yep.
Also, because we reported that he was with the society girl, Priscilla Presley, in a hotel in Australia, like people were like, oh my God, he cheated on her. But I do think that they had already been broken up for a while.
Yeah, and I've been seeing just like comments and rumors that are completely unfounded saying that she was the one who cheated on him.
I don't believe there's anything here that makes me think that they were cheating, but it does make me think they've been broken up for a while.
No, this is definitely like a post-announcement. This is not like a rebound. I think they've been broken up for a while.
When you've been together for 9 years, like you take your time with that breakup announcement. It's not like Kaya Gerber and Pete Davidson, who were together for 7 days, so they took 1 day.
Right. No, I mean, Charlotte York in Sex and the City did say it takes half the amount of time to get over your ex per the amount, like, so if you dated for 6 months, it takes 3 months. When you're dating for someone for 8 years, I think it's unreasonable of you to take 4 years.
But maybe it takes like really 4 years to completely get them out of your brain.
For sure.
That's how I think I've shared this with the class, but that's how I used to feel about the camp. It took me half the time once I got home that I was at camp to feel totally settled back at home.
The post-camp slump was so real.
You had lice.
And you had lice. Like, all your clothes were everywhere. Like, it was starting to get cold. You had to cram the reading that you didn't do. Like,
you had to also like get the book, and that was before Amazon. So like, not only did you have to admit to your parents that you didn't get the book in the first place, then you had to like go to Barnes and Noble and like you couldn't drive.
Borders.
And get the book and then read it.
Speaking of Barnes & Noble, so much tea at the book party for Stassi. Like, I have so many thoughts.
I have so many thoughts.
It was actually a great episode of Vanderpump Rules, which made up for the terrible episode of The Bachelor.
It was a good episode because there was drama, but it was a bad episode in the sense that it didn't bode well for the rest of the series.
Except the newer people had an interesting storyline that I really need to talk about.
They're so problematic now that I can't like watch the show and separate them from what we learned last week.
We'll discuss.
Okay, next story, a little Pink news. I love her, but she cannot get behind plastic surgery. Pink took to Twitter to write a letter to herself. Dear me, you're getting older. I see lines, especially when you smile. Your nose is getting bigger. Is that a thing when you get older?
Oh my God, I hope not.
Oh my God. You look and feel weird as you get used to this new reality, but your nose looks like your kids and your face wrinkles where you laugh. And yeah, you idiot, you smoked. Continued note to self. Every once in a while, you consider altering your face, and then you watch a show where you want to see what the person is feeling, and their face doesn't move. I cannot get behind it. I just can't. I want my children to know what I look like when I'm angry. She concluded, I'm fortunate because I've never really depended on my looks. I've decided that my talent and my individuality is far more important than my fotch. So get on board because I'm about to age the old-fashioned way in a tutu, ruling shit at 30 miles per hour, 100 feet in the air, over 40. Yes.
Okay, I love her. I don't 100% agree with this. Like, I feel very strongly about the fact, and this was a conversation we were having at lunch yesterday, just like about Facetune and plastic surgery. Like, I feel like if you want to do it, do it. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But having an opinion on other people's decision, whether or not to do it, annoys me. And she didn't do that here. So I just like that she's only speaking for herself. And I think the most brilliant thing she said is she's like, I haven't gotten to where I've gotten because I'm the prettiest girl in the room. It's because I'm the most talented. And that's what it should always be about. But this conversation, like, and I feel like we have it a lot, especially like with like post-woke feminism, like, isn't feminism just like supporting other women and like what they want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that she is contradicting that at all.
No, not at all. But I think it
like,
makes for an interesting conversation.
I think it's important to have people like Pink and role models like Pink who aren't altering their looks so that other women who choose to do that like have someone like to look up to. But I also do think it's important to have Facetune advocates. It's important to have Botox advocates.
It's important to have all three, but I think, and I'm just now contradicting myself because you shouldn't be commenting on what other women do, but women who get plastic surgery and pretend that they don't, like, that's toxic. And that's not a good role model, but I don't want to comment on other women's beauty regimens, you know?
Yes. No, I'm fine. It depends on the position that you're in, and I do think it is harmful when you just pretend like your face just changed this way, and that's like the natural order of aging.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I love Pink, and she's definitely a great role model for her kids and just for like women in general. She's an icon. I'm so glad she's like still thriving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, thriving more than ever.
Yeah,
the
I think
songs
more
are
than
better
ever.
than ever. I love her so much. Kelly Clarkson responded to her tweet.
I saw, oh my
and
God.
like just like my two queens, it's not every day. She said, I feel you, except for, you know, the flying through the air thing. You know what? I'll keep it down. I'll keep holding it down on the ground for us, and you keep the air safe. I've always enjoyed teamwork.
We don't deserve these two like interacting. It's so precious. And I've said this on the show once before, but like if you're not following Kelly Clarkson on Twitter, you're not living. All she does is tweet at other celebrities, whether they're speaking to her or not.
Yeah.
Like she just chimes in on conversations, and she's so pure. And like I haven't really heard a lot about her talk show, but I just really hope it's going well.
Oh, it's going fabulously. She got a season 2.
Oh, good.
I'm always seeing it in the news. Like she's making news in positive ways. I think this is the start of something beautiful for her.
No, I think it's like it's a lifelong thing for her. Oh, also, can we talk really quickly? I'm all over the place, but Wendy Williams. She said Nene Leakes texted her yesterday, like 5 minutes before her show, and said she was quitting Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then Wendy Williams like totally blew up her spot and just like said it on the show. I don't know if Nene wanted her to say it, but they're like good friends. And then she was being so elusive and weird. She was talking to Jerry O'Connell, so it was like the perfect audience for it. And she was like, Nene has a secret. And if you all knew it, like it's crippling. Like if you all knew it, like you would be shocked. You would feel so bad for her. Like, and Jerry O'Connell was like, is Greg doing well? Because, you know, he had cancer twice.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's not about Greg. And she was being so elusive and weird, and I don't know what it is.
That's really weird. And like, if that was my friend, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but I don't know if Nene texted her. Like, you text certain people. Like, you want everyone to know something, you text Wendy Williams.
For sure. But the secret part would bother me.
Yeah, to be all elusive and weird about it. It made it sound like Nene was like dying. You don't text
your friend who does a talk show 5 minutes before she's going on air with like news that her audience would care about, and then be shocked if she shares with the class.
And I'm all caught up on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'll give you a really quick download. Like, if Nene is quitting, like, I cannot wait. Like, she is ruining the show. She's such a pot stirrer. She doesn't really care about the women at all. She doesn't care about her relationships with them. But that's not really what I needed to say. What I needed to say and make an official statement,
I saw on your Instagram,
is I'm absolutely done with Kenya Moore. Like, she has become my least favorite person on planet Earth. I always knew she was mean, and I knew she was kind of conniving and like a little bit evil, but it made for great TV. But what she did in these past few episodes between Tanya, who is so lame and like losery, but I love her. She's such a nice girl. Like, all she wants is everyone to like go to Toronto and like have the best time. And her coming for her relationship with Paul, and her also coming for Cynthia Bailey's engagement, like, done. And I'm really turning a corner on Eva. She did the sweetest thing. Like, Eva has this like weird history that like she alludes to a lot, but like she has her first daughter she calls him the donor. And I think he's like, you ever see that movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez?
I saw half of it.
Where it's like an abusive husband who keeps stalking you down. Like, he's one of those. And he keeps like showing up in places that she's at. And she got married last year and has been dating Michael Sterling for as long as this baby has been alive. Like he's basically this kid's father. And so last night on last night's episode, they like formally changed her last name to Sterling, and he's gonna adopt her. And it was actually really sweet. And I just thought it was like nice how all the girls came and like showed up for her. So I'm really enjoying Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I just want to say like I'm not here for Kenya Moore. And you selling natural hair care products when low key you're wearing a wig, the shade is real. She's been telling everyone for years that she doesn't wear wigs, and all the women, like they all wear wigs, they all wear extensions, they have weaves, they all show up looking amazing with different hairstyles. And even last year they had a natural hair party where they all had to come with their natural hair. And Kenya Moore has like died on the hill saying all of her hair is natural, and she has amazing hair. Then they all went to Toronto and she left something at the hotel. So one of the girls was still there and she called Tanya and was like, I left something at the hotel, it's at the lobby, it's like a little package, will you bring it? So Tanya said, of course. But it was like this like taped up box, and they were going across the border, and Tanya was like, my boyfriend was like, we have to open it. I'm not going to take like it's literally what they tell you at the airport.
No one can pack. Did you pack your own items?
Right. So she opens it and there's a wig in there.
Oh my God.
And it was just like, it was too much. Like it was literally too much. It was so funny. It was too much. It's just.
That's really crazy.
It was really crazy. And I just like, I'm hating Kenya. So like, it was such a great moment like for
That's
women.
fucking hilarious.
It was so funny. Like Real Housewives of Atlanta is so good. And Nene's just ruining it. Like she's such a bad attitude. And like, she just thinks she's Teresa, but worse.
I understand, but Teresa was never Roz Washington. So, like, I understand why Nene going from Roz Washington to just, like, another one of the girls.
Right.
It's just...
Nene, like, made it out. Like, she moved to Hollywood. Like, was a star in multiple Ryan Murphy shows. And then she was like how Stassi came back from New York with her tail between her legs. That was Nene Leakes. But at least Stassi came back and humbled herself and, like, still had real friendships. Like,
but Stassi hadn't been on multiple Ryan Murphy shows. Like, New
Right.
York was a failure.
But Nene expected to come back and, like, just be able to... her attitude is so bad, and we're so far out from that. Like it's been years since she's been on Ryan Murphy, and she still hasn't humbled herself.
And also, if Bethany can humble herself from having her own talk show to being back on Rahoni, then like anyone can do it. Also,
great comparison
from her being on Shark Tank and Rahoni at the same time, and like she held it. You're allowed to hold that over the other women a little bit, but like there's a line.
Agreed.
I think Teresa's crossed that line. I think Nene's crossed that line. I think Vicky Gumbelson crossed that line.
Agreed.
Okay, are you ready for our next story?
I am, but first I must tell you, it is brought to you by OkCupid. Have you ever been on a date where you just had nothing in common with the person? A lot of people don't know this, but OkCupid is really, changing the dating game by asking you a ton of questions about yourself and what type of person you're looking for. The more questions you answer, the better they are at finding your matches. Some of our favorite questions from OkCupid are a little bit more unique than the standard dating app.
They go beneath the surface.
They ask, do you make New Year's resolutions? Are you a cord cutter? Jackie would have a very interesting thing to say about that. Do you share your streaming platform passwords with other people? So basically what I'm trying to say is they get to know you a little bit better and therefore get to know the people that they're matching you with a little bit better. The best part about OkCupid is that it works. Statistically, it is the most mentioned dating app in the New York Times weddings section, which I think is so fascinating. And just hearing a lot of the toasters' stories about people who met their boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives on OkCupid is so cool. So stop the mindless time on dating apps and go to the app where you choose what matters. OkCupid is totally free, so we don't have an offer or like a long link for you. It's just the OkCupid app. Download it today, go on a great date this week, and then tell us about that great person you met. We will come to the wedding. And that is not enough. I have vowed on this show, if you meet someone on OkCupid, you get married because I told you about it. I'm coming to the wedding. I am performing a song. I am getting ordained. I'm officiating. Check it out, OkCupid.
Love it. Sign on, find love. Okay, are you ready for our next story? Really crazy stuff because Jessica Simpson.
Oh my God, my birthday. Oh my God.
Your birthday buddy?
I feel so connected to Jessica Simpson. I was going to say to OkCupid because we had the same birthday growing up and like everyone has a birthday buddy, but when we were like in middle school, like
Jessica Simpson was everything.
So it's like your birthday buddies and we had to write a paper on our birthday buddies and it was just so iconic and I really feel connected to her and I just love her.
Mine was Sally Field. So that's that.
Has that changed though since new people became famous?
Yes, I believe that Rebecca Romaine is a birthday buddy of mine.
Rebecca Romajan, love her.
Love her. Rebecca Romaine O'Connell.
Yeah.
And I think yes, some like new influencers on the scene.
Right. No, it's so interesting to see how like birthday buddies evolve because it's not like new people are being born, but more people are becoming famous.
Yeah, I do now want to see if there's anyone.
I love the website Famous Birthdays, like because I'm on it, and then it ranks you like you are the 700,000th most famous person in the world.
Wow. Emma Stone.
Ooh, redhead.
Yeah. Wait, that's so crazy. I guess she wasn't famous when we were growing up.
In middle school.
Lamar Odom.
Wow, iconic.
Iconic. I'm like not on the homepage for November 6th birthday. So
are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna need to work a little harder.
Can you see who's on mine? I think Jessica Simpson is probably still number one.
Okay.
Or at least she is in my heart. I just love Famous Birthdays. And my picture on like my profile was so ugly for a while, but they recently changed it. Thanks for updating it with my new chin.
Famous Birthdays is really quick with the updates, and they always reach out like if you want to add something to your page.
Yeah, no, they're really on
But
it.
you also don't want to seem like the type of person who like
updates their own famous birthdays, even though like I low-key do.
So like you have to ignore the emails, but just know I see them.
Yeah, no, we see them and keep sending them.
Okay, Nikola Tesla, which is crazy because he's like...
Oh, like the old man?
The old man, yeah, from 1856 AD.
Wow. Okay, I guess he beats Jessica Simpson. He's number one?
He's number two. Number one is Claudia Oshry.
Oh my God, Jenny, that's not fucking funny. Let me see. I really thought you were real. I'm such a narcissist. Like, I need to like come back to
Oh, wow, Perry Edwards from Little Mix. Cute. Sofia Vergara.
Oh, what a day.
Who else that we know? Antonio Brown, the football player. Erica Jane?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wait,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Erica Jane. I knew. Or she might be the 7th.
Maybe they're just now. I'm into the month of July. Oh, Claudia Oshry, there you are.
Oh my God.
I think you're number one in your category.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm number 37.
37 overall.
37 overall July 10th birthdays. Like, I don't think that's bad. Even though, like, I haven't heard some of these people, like James Rolfe. I haven't heard of him. And Erica Jane being 24, like, that's a shame.
Obviously, I mean, famous birthdays.
Okay, I just want to say, I'm on 37. Like, I'm really, okay, let's see what it says about me.
Like, I scrolled for a while on November 6th.
They called me prolific. Dead. Social media star who's known for her Girl with No Job Instagram account. She's gained more than 3 million followers. Oh my God. Trivia. She married Ben Saffer, aka Boy with No Job, in 2017. Her Instagram account was featured on Vogue's July 2015. Man, I've been doing this for a long time. That's my best accolade, 2015.
2015 is a long time
Oh my
ago.
God. Can someone like write up a listicle about like best podcasts and like put me in it or something? Actually, we're always talking about lists that we're left off of, but BuzzFeed did like 21 podcasts with like great reviews, and we were number 8.
That come highly recommended. So like people like wrote really nice paragraphs, and whoever like submitted us, thank you so much.
So cool. Like it really is an honor to be nominated.
It's an honor to be nominated.
And just being included with like the Mark Marons of the world, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, you guys. Okay, let's get to our next story about Jessica Simpson because she has a new memoir coming out, and she's revealing that she was killing herself with all the drinking and pills.
Oh, wow.
5 years ago, Jessica Simpson had an offer to write a motivational book to living your best life, but in her heart, she knew she couldn't go through with it. Quote, I didn't feel comfortable talking about myself in a way that wasn't honest. I'm a horrible liar. With the upcoming publication of her powerful memoir, Open Book, excerpted in this week's People, Simpson reveals for the first time that she was sexually abused as a young girl. Wow. The resulting emotional pain, along with other stressors, including career pressures, led her to self-medicate with alcohol and stimulants, a dependency that would later prompt her doctor to tell her life was in danger. The star got sober in November 2017 and hasn't had a drink since.
Wow.
Giving up the alcohol was easy, she says. I was mad at that bottle at how it allowed me to stay complacent and numb. Therapy, she says, was the hard part. As she writes, with work, I allowed myself to feel the traumas I'd been through.
You know, she's like so iconic for so many reasons, but she really was like one of those party girls, like a Lindsay Lohan. And she really ended up on the other side, like with a happy family and a happy life and like a huge business.
$1 billion business.
And I just feel like she's really a role model. Like I love her. And obviously like because I'm connected to her at famousbirthdays.com. But I just think like she's actually a really good person to look up to.
I totally agree. I think everyone has respect for like the business that she built, but it really feels underappreciated. I feel like as a person, she doesn't get the respect that she deserves. Like you don't go from being a pop star to running $1 billion business. Like it's not that easy.
No, and I don't think a lot of people even know, period, about the stuff that she went through while at the height of her career, which is why I think this book is important.
While you're battling addiction.
Right. This is just so, I'm so proud of her. Like I feel the way you feel connected to
Sally Field. And
no, you
Lamar.
were just saying, to Gary Jannetty. I feel connected like my whole life to Jessica Simpson. Like I always felt like if she could be a pop star, like I could, because like we both were born on July 10th.
And you did.
And I did.
Become a pop star.
I just love her. By the way, I only recently found out that her like most iconic song, Angels, is a cover.
Really? That's always sad.
Do it all. He offers me protection.
I'm going to read this book now that I have a Kindle, which, by the way, I can't stress this enough. Having a Kindle has changed my life for the better. And if you've ever been on the fence and you're like, oh, I don't read that much, like you will read more with a Kindle. You just will.
This isn't even sponsored by Kindle.
No, but I just like want to share the love because I found it to be really great for my mental health, honestly.
I've been,
like falling asleep, having read instead of watching TV.
For sure.
Like I watch the TV I need to watch and then I switch to a book. I sleep so much better. I can't tell you.
Just being like a little sick. I've been drinking so much tea, and I just have to say, like, I fucking hate tea.
Are you gonna spill the tea?
And I hate soup. Soup is disgusting.
No, it's not. It's
oh my god, it's so
really
nasty.
great.
Like it makes me more sick because I'm like gagging at this nasty, like chunky carrot. It's so nasty. Like ugh.
Okay, so then why don't you just go with a broth?
I did. I got consomme from 2nd Avenue Deli, and it was so disgusting. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
This is a good tea, though.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Is that the lemon one?
Yeah, it's a lemon ginger.
Lemon zinger.
Ooh, exciting.
Very exciting. Okay, fifth and final story. Some news that just came in that's like really crazy in the influencer space. Cara Santana has been completely blindsided by her fiance Jesse Metcalfe, aka John Tucker, after he cuddled up to a mystery.
AKA the gardener.
Of course, after he cuddled up to a mystery woman and held hands with model Livia Pillmann.
Wait, this is so weird for like so many reasons. One, because I honestly thought they were OTP. Like I just really felt like they were made for each other. They even started to look alike to me. Like they looked like brother and sister. One. Two, it's weird because Cara Santana is like very much in like the influencer model world. So like this girl like is getting herself blacklisted because Cara Santana's like friends with a lot of famous people.
No, but it's not just one girl. Like pictures came out over the weekend of him with like multiple women, and it doesn't.
But they're like in the street holding hands. He doesn't look like he's hiding it. It looks
No,
like,
wait. There's these pictures too.
Oh,
and that's a
shook,
different
shook,
person.
shook.
That's a different person.
He went on a bender.
Cara Santana was completely blindsided by reports that her fiance Jesse Metcalfe stepped out with multiple women over the weekend. The 35-year-old designer and actress was nowhere in sight this weekend as Jesse stepped out with a pretty blonde after holding hands with Hungarian model Livia Pillmann. Sources revealed to DailyMail.com that Cara was blindsided by the photographs of her fiance being affectionate with other women. Cara and Jesse have been engaged for nearly 5 years after he popped the question in August 2016, following more than half a decade of dating. They've been together almost 10 years. I don't know how you come back from this unless they're in an open relationship.
This is so John Tucker, honestly. Like, I'm not really surprised.
Oh my God, it's textbook John Tucker.
It's textbook John Tucker. Like, honestly, I would not be surprised if he was out here making out with Sophia Bush. Like, it's just, that's the life he chose for himself.
100%. Yeah, I wonder where they go from here.
I know, it's just, you know what sucks is like when they're so like well known for being a couple, like because Jesse Metcalfe hasn't really acted a lot.
He's on the Hallmark Channel, so he's busy.
He hasn't really acted a lot. And so he's just like now, when I think of Jesse Metcalfe, I think of him in his relationship. That's like what he's like known for now.
And
Same
like
with
hanging
Cara
out with Olivia Culpo.
on boats with Devin Windsor. So like that's what I think about. And now it's just like what I know you for, like you're ruining. What are you doing?
Yeah. Unless they do have an open relationship, which is possible, but I think the blindsidedness would then be about like him stepping out with these women and being public about it.
Right. Like if you're going to be, it's like the Justin Timberlake thing. Like if you're going to be in an open relationship, cool. Like just don't embarrass your wife.
100%.
Not saying that they are, but like it could have been because those pictures were so weird.
Yeah, and you just never know what goes on. But don't embarrass your wife or your fiance.
Don't embarrass the family.
I agree.
But then it begs the question, okay, they've been engaged for 5 years. That's a really long time. Do you ever see that movie, The 5-Year Engagement?
No.
Oh my God,
where they
it's
keep
so bad.
moving and stuff.
It's so bad. Like, oh my God, it's so bad. But it's like always indicative. Well, not always, but in the film, it makes it seem like it was indicative of something larger. So I wonder what was stopping them.
I think that they are not super traditional, these two. Like they were together 5 years, and that's what makes me think like maybe
they might be in an open relationship. Or just like this is just sad.
But they do seem really committed to each other. So
for so long, you don't spend 10 years with someone to not be committed.
Right. So this is very sad, and I hope she's okay.
I hope she's okay too. Maybe she can get her hair and makeup done on the Glam app. Yeah, that's what she owns.
Yes, I did know that. Okay, we got to launch into TV recaps because then we have Dear Toasters, and then we got to launch Camp Toast tickets. So,
Care of is today's TV segment sponsor. They're a wellness brand that makes it easy to maintain your health goals with a customized vitamin plan that helps you feel your best today and supports you long term. Start a resolution you can actually keep. Make 2020 the year to prioritize you and commit to staying on top of your health. Instead of that laundry list of resolutions you don't end up sticking with, Care of can make taking your vitamins and supporting your health goals attainable. Their quiz helps you find vitamins and powders that will support your specific health goals this year, like improving your fitness routine or managing stress. The convenient daily packs are perfect for an on-the-go lifestyle. Just throw one in your purse or your gym bag and you're on your way. They're focused on the quality, science, and research that goes into each of their products and recommendations. Their yummy protein powders are made of real ingredients you can recognize, like organic cacao and pink Himalayan sea salt. Oh my God, I've heard Himalayan sea salt is like the new thing. The individual eco-friendly packs are made of compostable films, and there's tons of info on how to compost them on the Care of website. Health is made easy thanks to Care of's online quiz. Take a short online quiz, answer some of questions about your health, your diet goals, your lifestyle, and Care of will recommend a list of vitamins and supplements specifically designed for your health needs and goals. The vitamin aisle can be confusing, and it's hard to know where to start. Answer easy questions like how much sleep do you get? How often do you work out? Spoiler alert, never. Do you follow any specialty diets? No. Are you concerned about your hair, skin, and nail health? Yes. Follow Care of's expert recommendations or adjust your pack at any time. What you receive is totally up to you. We got an offer for you guys because your health is important and we're here to help you. For 50% off your first Care of order, go to Take Care of and enter the code TOAST50. The website is takecareof.com and enter the code TOAST50 for 50% off your first Care of order. Takecareof.com, code TOAST50.
Sign on. Take care of yourself, you guys. It's so important. Okay, let's start with The Bachelor, shall we?
The most boring episode, and I don't know what the episode title was, but it should have been Loser on Loser Crime.
100%. I happened to watch with Zach, who will watch everything with me except The Bachelor, but he just couldn't get out of it. He does think Alea is just toxic.
Yeah, she
That's
is.
his word. Toxic to the house because it's causing all of this drama. Where do you stand on Alea? Who is she fighting with? Oh, Sydney.
I really like Sydney, and I think she's a nice girl, and I think she had potential. And while I know everyone was on Sydney's side, I was on neither one of their sides. It seemed like the argument really came out of thin air. There was no, usually you're mad at someone for things they've done. There was no things. It was just a vibe. It was the same with the Hannah Ann thing last week. It's everyone's getting a vibe about her, but what's the vibe? Because by the way, and if you don't act different on camera than you do off camera, you're a sociopath.
Yes, I think there's a certain amount of of course, I'm going to sit up straight, I'm on camera versus being a completely different person. And there's a few reasons why this episode went so wrong. First of all, these fights that the girls are picking are based on things that they're seeing in the house that we're not seeing. That happened last year too with Kaylin and Hannah Brown, where it's they had this fight and we don't know what they're talking about, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Second thing that went wrong is everyone is too prematurely calling out other people's intentions. I'm sorry, this is week 2. Sit down. You don't know everyone yet.
It's not even week 2. It's day 5.
Right, exactly. You can't make judgments about people. And Peter is not far enough along with any of these women to give a shit. However, third thing that went wrong, the way Peter handled everything. First of all, when Sydney said something to him, if he really wanted to know who what was about, he should have asked her straight up. Making her call her out in front of the whole class was so stupid. It tells the whole group that there's drama. He literally threw her under the bus.
I had to think that was something the producers made him do.
And no one's ever done that before. And then he launches this investigation into this very small red flag that Sydney just wait for him. She wasn't saying oh my God, code red. She was just listen, there's some people here who are different in front of the cameras. And he made it into this whole big thing.
I know, and you know what? Sydney set, and I'm not even on Alaya's side, but Sydney set her up and was asking her about pageantry and was do you feel you've stuck some of that pageantry stuff is stuck with you into real life? And she's of course, it was part of my life for 8 years. So then she goes, Sydney's acting like a pageant queen. And you literally asked her.
But I think that was, someone was she should have just went to Alaya and told her of her concerns. That's exactly what she did. And then she told Peter. And I think that if I were the lead, I would have, when Sydney said that, I would have been who are you talking about? She would have said Alaya. I would have said, okay, thank you. And I just would have kept that in the back of my mind as I got to know Alaya. You didn't have to launch an investigation over a perception of someone.
Peter handled it so poorly.
It's not, like Alaya was saying, it's not facts. It's just how she feels. And if Peter values Sydney's opinion, I would have taken that into account if I were him and just kept it in the back of my mind as I got to know Alaya. And then him eliminating her just based on what other people are saying, it is unfair. You know what I mean? Maybe she is this way, but maybe he could still like her regardless of that.
Right, just because she has a high-pitched voice.
So her coming back next week, it's just all so stupid.
No, and it's also so stupid because I hate investing time and arguments into girls who I know are going nowhere. I like Sydney and Alaya whatever, but none of them are hometown material.
I think Sydney is.
At this point, it's just we're talking about people who are irrelevant.
Yeah, and Peter is wasting his time dealing with people who were never gonna be his OTP.
His date with Victoria P was so cute.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
And then she gets into it next week with the pageant drama, very Hannah B and Kaylin. But I really like Victoria. I think just based off of what I'm seeing, I really feel Maddie is front runner for me. And somebody pointed out on Twitter, which they didn't really even address, was when they got 1 minute at the cocktail party together or at one of those parties. Maddie had an envelope in her hand, and it looked like Peter was passing her a note, which we know in Bachelor history is something that they do to people that they like.
Or maybe she was passing him a note.
Oh yeah, she was holding it, so maybe yeah.
She could have been waiting to give it to him, but either way, it's
either
sweet.
way, cute. Yeah, no, I really like Maddie. Even though, did you
Yes.
see the speculation that she runs her own fan account?
Yes, I did.
Because she left a comment on her own Instagram thinking that people think that she thought she was on the wrong, whatever. People think that she
runs her own fan account and commented what a fan account would comment on her picture from the wrong account. Now, her rebuttal is that when she went on The Bachelor, her sister took over her Instagram because they can't have social media, and it was the sister that meant to comment it and accidentally wrote it on Maddie's.
Right. I saw that they shared an Instagram for a minute, and I saw that too, which is a good explanation, but But it's just it's not that far off that she would have a fan account. Like, Bachelor people have so many fan accounts now. Like, it used to be like only pop stars, but now there's like 1 million Instagram accounts for anyone who's ever walked the earth.
No, but, right. And she should have a fan account, but should she be running it?
No, I'm saying I think that the possibility of her having one run by someone else is not that far off.
No, I don't think anyone...
Like, that she wouldn't need to run her own.
No, but then how would it come from her personal account?
No, I'm saying the sister thing might be true.
No, but not the sister. Not that the sister is running her fan account.
No, that the sister accidentally left the comment.
Yeah. I think that's true. She doesn't seem like as thirsty as other people. I don't think she would do that. And I didn't think it was that crazy of a thing. My Kenna, like, she's must go.
Oh, I'm so glad. Like, and I feel bad because like every Bachelor season, like there is always someone I really, really don't like.
When she was literally like
Sarah Vandal, was that her name?
Yeah, when she was about to faint from not getting a rose, like week 2. I'm sorry, you still don't know him. Like, you made out once.
By the way, she wasn't even freaking out about the potential loss of Peter. She was freaking out about the potential loss of Instagram followers. Like, she's so transparent. Like, she's all over TikTok now. She's milking it so
like,
much.
Her bio is fashion blogger. It's so transparent, and to me, like, I feel like she's someone that I'm supposed to like.
I took out this chocolate before the show. I'll eat it later.
And I don't like her. She's nothing of the sort.
And
I just can't stand.
And she's a really good friend of Caitlin Bristow, and I like.
Are you positive about that?
Yes. Oh my God. What are you not positive?
I'm not positive that that's correct.
Oh, for real?
Just because they're both from Canada. Can we get confirmed? I know Caitlin has a friend on the show. You're saying it's my Kenna, but I don't think that it is.
No, I'm like 100% sure. And why do you call her my Kenna? It's McKenna.
That's how her name is spelled.
Let me see if Caitlin follows McKenna. How do you spell McKenna with a K? Yeah.
M-Y.
McKenna Jorn.
Okay, but maybe like that doesn't.
Oh God, McKenna follows me on Instagram. Like, this is the thing. This is the formula of The Bachelor. It's like every year there's one person who I just literally can't stand. And it was like Sarah Vandal like never even did anything to me except put that horrible Instagram like music video on her Instagram. And like just from there on out, I knew she had bad intentions. And just like coming on as a fashion blogger and just acting like you are Romeo and Juliet. And meanwhile, like you're so irrelevant to the storyline. Like you're not winning. Like you might go to paradise. But it's just like acting like if she doesn't get a rose, she faint. Oh, and then like literally at the pool party started crying that she got no time. Like, you're irrelevant, sweetie. Like, I feel bad for getting up on one person. I just really don't like her.
The way that she should have behaved is like the way that girl who got eliminated behaved, where she was just like, bye.
Right.
A normal person.
Right, no,
By the
like,
way, she was
my
so
time was
robbed.
up.
Zach thought that she was the prettiest one there.
Who?
The girl, Sarah, who got eliminated that night. She was in a blue dress. She never said anything, but she was super cute. And he was shocked that she got eliminated.
Wait, I need to Google her. I don't know
Look
her.
at the Snatchler page. The Snatchler has a post about it.
Oh, the Snatchler does?
Yeah, the Snatchler.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking
When it
about.
said-
Shiny dress.
When it said she was robbed.
The Snatchler.
The Snatchler has all the tea. When I'm
Yeah.
it's
so cute.
so
Sarah
cute.
Coffin. Oh, what a bad last name. But she's so cute. She looks like Caitlyn Carter, yeah. But she was irrelevant. Like, she literally never spoke. I didn't even know
but
her.
like she handled herself right. Because if you're going to be irrelevant, like sit down.
If you're going to be relevant, like at least be self-aware.
Right. And I just feel like my Kenna is just all over the place.
McKenna. My Kenna? Your Kenna. No, she's just not my type of gal. I don't know. Maybe I beat her. She'd be so nice.
I actually did like her TikToks. Like, I think she's a good dancer.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. It's just like she just wants to be what Hannah Ann is. You know?
Right. No, like, right. It's like everything is happening for Hannah Ann just because she's like one of those girls where it's like the world revolves around her.
And she has a genuine connection with Peter.
Right.
Which
and
is
like,
the thing that my Kenna lacks.
And no, and McKenna thinks that like she is the Hannah Ann.
Yeah. And she's nothing of the sort.
Somebody lied to her several times and told her she was like Hannah Ann, and she's nothing of the sort. She's nothing like that.
She's nothing like that. But I'm happy for her that she stayed another week because like she really wanted to. And
right, and like I wonder if her Instagram is growing. Someone is keeping an Excel spreadsheet in the Morning Toasters group about how many followers the people are getting, and McKenna has 140. So I would love to know how much she had when she started and called herself a blogger.
I agree. Well, we'll have to check the spreadsheet.
I love checking my spreadsheets. Let's dive into
Vanderpump Rules recap.
For sure. Vanderpump Rules recap. I thought it was a good episode. I think that there's so many storylines. Like, I'm actually having a hard time keeping up.
There's so many cast members. We didn't even see James Kennedy.
I was thinking the same thing. And I really had like a very visceral reaction to like the newbie cast member ones. Like, I like stan Dana. I feel so bad for her. She's still handling everything so nice. Sheena is so immature and vindictive. Like, just, are you going to talk to all the girls Max is talking to or just me?
She's out of control. I felt really badly that I was so harsh on her last week, but then this week she was even worse, and I don't feel badly at all. She was also on Watch What Happens Live. I watched half of it, and still, like, she just makes all these excuses for her crazy behavior, and the woman who was sitting with her on Watch What Happens Live, like, was clearly, like, not on her side.
Right.
And they were talking about the Apple Watch for Thanksgiving, and the woman was like, that Thanksgiving gifts are not a thing. And she was just like, I knew he really wanted it, and like he was making me so happy, so I got it for him. And like, I don't think that is a strength. Like, I just don't.
No, Sheena's in a unique position where she's been on the show since the beginning, and she definitely is one of the most highest paid people on the show, and she keeps dating like new busboys, like people who she has like economic power over. And she's just like buying them things so that they'll like her. It's like so sad.
No, like she's the sugar mama, not
right.
Kristen.
No, not at all.
Her too, but
it's like people are giving Kristen so much shit for the same thing Sheena's doing. Sheena's not evolving.
Yeah, and even though Kristen wasn't on this episode, I have looked at her on the show now with such fresh eyes.
I'm so glad.
Since coming on the Toast.
I'm so glad.
Because now that I've seen this side of her from the Toast, I want to just watch her behavior on the show. And even if it's stuff that I don't agree with, I might be able to understand why she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah, but I want to talk a minute about like this new crew of people, Charlie.
Charlie XCX.
Santana, what was her name? Danica.
Sorry, the suspended manager.
The suspended manager, who, by the way, they're both giving me Christina Kelly vibes. And I really don't like Christina Kelly because even though I'm not a Sheena stan, I think like when Stassi wasn't invited to her wedding and she invited Christina Kelly over and they were making so much fun of Sheena. Like, I understand why Stassi had like a gripe against Sheena, but Christina Kelly didn't. She was just saying mean things to like make Stassi like her. And like, I'll never forget that scene of her saying such mean things about Sheena on her wedding day when like she really had no fight with Sheena. They were never friends. She was not invited to the wedding because they weren't friends. They just weren't friends.
Yeah.
So it was giving me that vibe where like Charlie and like this girl Danica are just like getting, like saying what Sheena wants to hear so that like they won't like Dana. Like it was giving me such a mean girl catty vibes.
And the fact that Sheena is now like the leader of the girls
Newbies.
is the reason why this sect of the show isn't going to work.
No, this group of girls is like revenge of the nerds.
I think I said this last week, but the fact that Sheena can't even find new ways to like haze Dana, she's just doing exactly what Stassi did to her. Even like they showed on Watch What Happens Live like a
parallel
split screen, even down to making her recite the specials. Like it's
so
lame.
It's so lame.
It's so lame. Also, the suspended manager is the fucking woat.
Worst.
I can and I shan't. And her ex like looks really cute. I want to get to know him. He's the
gave her $1,300. Okay, daddy.
Like, yeah, that's a really nice guy.
I need him.
Except for the threesome part. But you know what? Like different strokes for different folks.
I don't even think it's that weird. You live in West Hollywood. You're like young and hot. You want to fuck a million people, but you're also in a relationship. Like have a threesome.
Sure. I want to hear. He's the Brett that I want on my show.
For sure. Like so here for him.
I hope this falls on like the right ears.
Yeah. The newbie drama, like it's silly because it's frustrating to watch because Sheena sucks, but it was actually making for good TV. And like now more than ever, I'm just like ride or die for Dana.
Did you call it Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
It's people, it's like Sheena was, now she's like living to be in charge and like be in a position to put someone else down because she was put down for so long.
But the problem is she's putting down a girl who is just so cool and so sure of herself.
Who can't be put down.
Who can't be put down and finds this all so silly. And like she's so professional that she's going to do her job and do what Sheena says and not even tattle on Sheena in the way that she could. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, what am I watching? I'm watching a parallel universe.
Yeah, no, it's like literally, it's so lame. Revenge of the Nerds.
So lame.
And then we had like the Stassi book party drama where I was really shook at Tom Sandoval, like out of control.
Out of control, completely wrong. Stassi was completely right. And people were saying that she shouldn't have like screamed at him like that. She needed to scream at him. Otherwise, he was never going to leave. And he's the ego. And that's where I was put on my Instagram story. Like the egos on the show are making it unwatchable. Sandoval's ego, Sheena's ego. Like they just think, like I understand that they're big stars now. And so don't put them in the same pool as people.
But I just want to say, like, of all the people on the show who could have an ego, like Sandoval and Sheena are not it.
No, but Sandoval owns 5% of a pop-in bar. His name is on Santa Monica Boulevard, and Stassi was like, "That's not enough for you." And Stassi was like, "I ran this by 95% of the ownership. Like that is enough." And the fact that Sandoval is saying like, "We're open at a new time, and like we have to accommodate you." Like, wow, you're open at a time where you would be making $0, and now you have like 60 premium customers in who like are so obsessed with the show
and
in
then
this
he
world.
Kept saying how Stassi wasn't paying, and it's like, do you know what Stassi's doing for your fucking bar? Like
making you money, like more money than you would make on a regular hour, and at a time where you're not even open. Like,
and I'm sorry, I've never owned a bar, but I do imagine being a good owner is getting behind the bar if someone's sick, washing dishes. You're an owner, you do it all. You're not too good for anything. And I was shocked.
You should be the one. Since you are an owner, you should be so invested in making it work and making money at any cost.
And I was shocked at like the reason and the logic coming out of Tom Schwartz. And by the way, I've never seen him defend his wife the way he defended Stassi. He was so on the right side of history and reasoning with Tom Sandoval. And he's right with him and Ariana. They are just an echo chamber.
Of negativity.
Also,
Schwartz is always pretty reasonable and logical. He just like can't find his voice sometimes.
He can't get it out.
And even though he never reached the level that Sandoval was at in terms of like anger, and if I were in his position, I would have shouted at him. Like he was saying all of the right things.
Agreed. He was really the voice of reason. And there were so many like little tidbits about it that made me so angry. And I'm glad that someone told Lisa, but Tom Sandoval told Ken and was being such a little like
revisionist history.
Yeah, like what a liar.
But you know what? That's the good thing about the show. Like they do get to the bottom of it, and you know it is all filmed. So Lisa will see what happened, and Tom was completely in the wrong. And that is not how an owner behaves. That's how like a manager behaves who just like wants to manage.
Right, just like to have people like beneath him.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, and it was really like a different level of fighting. And I kind of understood when Stassi was like, your name is on Santa Monica Boulevard. It's like, he was definitely feeling some type of way about his space being invaded by a star. Like this was Stassi's day when it's like usually any moment at Tom Tom is about Tom and Tom.
But if you truly care about the success of your bar, you should be so grateful that a star is in your presence.
Of course, but it's like Stassi's like, I haven't worked at Surf for years. Everything Stassi has, like she's arguably like the most successful one in the bunch, and none of that was handed to her by Lisa. Like her book, her podcast, her tour, like that's all stuff she built herself. And it's like Tom Sandoval is like making bank on this bar. Tom Schwartz wasn't even ever working at certain, like they all really got it handed to them, and she's like out here working so fucking hard, and they didn't make her pay for the room, and like now he's being a dick. It was really crazy. And they're like she's bringing so much to Tom Tom that if she had to pay them, that'd be fucking weird. And she's gonna pay, I'll go anywhere else, not give you the business, not give you the time Press.
on the show. I'll promote another bar in Hollywood.
Right. Her outburst was totally justified, but it was a little bit like making a scene, like whatever. But that's Vanderpump Rules.
But it's her crowd there. She can make a scene in front of them if she wants. She can behave however she wants. She brought those people into the bar. Those are her fans.
I didn't think she was being bratty or like Princess Stassi at all. I thought she was being very reasonable.
I thought she was being very reasonable, and I think Tom Sandoval needed to be spoken to like that and embarrassed like that in order to leave, which is he should have never showed up there in the first place. If one, he had nothing to do with the event, and two, like he was just coming to start shit.
And he was in the emergency room, like stay in bed.
Yeah. Like where was Lala this episode? So hurtful to me that they would do that to me. Yeah. There's just too many cast members.
You can't fit all 19 in one episode.
No, and so we need to figure out what we're gonna do from here. You know?
Yeah, we definitely need to trim some fat.
And having Sheena like be the leader of the pack on another show just isn't working for me at all.
At all.
Like I like her when she's a side member and she's funny and she like makes no sense and it's cute.
Crazy Sheena.
Right, but like when that's like the main path that we're taking, I can't get on.
Yeah, I do need Max to like step up a little bit because part of the reason why Dana is like Sheena is able to like say all these things to Dana is because Max is telling Sheena that they're not dating.
Well, they haven't gone on their date yet.
No, they went on one.
But they went on
and
one
they hooked
date.
up already.
Okay, but like it still isn't. It's still in, like Dana said, in that awkward
period.
And where like if Max had said we're dating, like she's my girlfriend, like no, she's not. So he's in a weird place. But, like Sheena won't let like she's just smothering the entire thing.
She
and, like,
won't let it breathe.
Her bringing up all those texts of nice things that he said to her, like yeah, they were hooking up for a while. He thought highly of her, like which is why they were hooking up. And he showered her with compliments. And
she made him look good.
And now like she's gonna embarrass him like that, reading his text messages. Like I thought that was so lame.
And showing up to guys' night, like that's even lamer.
Awful, stupid. I can't. That didn't prove anything to me about like Max and that he's a player or anything.
Okay, let's jump into Dear Toasters, which is our advice segment. If you have anything you want to write, please email us, deartoasters@gmail.com. We always keep it anonymous. Hi, Jackie and Claudia. My roommate and fellow toaster are living with a roommate from hell. It all started in late October when our roommate met the worst guy. Let's call him Carter. He's a thief, drug addict, has multiple baby mamas, doesn't work, and is now manipulating our friend into paying all of his bills. It started off as her not wanting to date him because she saw the bad things he does, but she ended up ignoring his giant red flag waving in her face. He has now moved in, taken over our house with his shit, and sleeps all day, uses our things, and eats our food. He even stays there when she's gone. We have brought it up multiple times about how we do not feel comfortable with him being there, but she yells and screams at us and makes living in this house terrible. She has dogs and leaves them locked up all day or leaves them out for us to take care of. We don't mind taking care of them, but they are not our dogs. She ignores us and stays up all night being as loud as she can, knowing that we have to wake up early for work. We still have 6 months living with her before we are able to move to a new land. We are miserable and cannot afford to break our lease, nor do we feel like it's our job to move out, but we need advice on what to do. Signed, exhausted and ready for Camp Toast.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited to see you there. I just like you guys sometimes have the craziest fucking friends, and it's like, why are you friends with these people?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes people talk about themselves in relationships with like in dating relationships. They're like, I'm worth more than like the way this person's treating me. And you need to think about your friendships that way too.
Totally.
You need to either like tell her to get the fuck out, but that's obviously not gonna work. Or you need to kick her out. I'm sorry, but this is not a friend.
No, you need to take a really strong stand. Like
you
pack up his things.
It's the rest of you. You stand there, you have an intervention, and you say, listen, he needs to leave. We understand that you are not comfortable doing that, so the both of you need to leave. The dogs can stay here, but you have to go.
No, take a strong stance, because you've honestly let her thrive. Like, you've let him move in, you've let her stay up all night. Like, and not having said anything makes her think that she can do whatever she wants, when at the end of the day, she can't. So you need to take a really, really strong stand. Put on your power pants, put on your power suit, look in the mirror, do a power stance, and take a powerful stand.
Right. And you know what? If it gets to a point where like you're trying to kick her out and she's not leaving, then why don't you guys leave? Say, okay, you can get stuck with the lease. You can pay the rent for the next 6 months by yourself, because we're not living like this.
I was going to say that, but it's like, whose name is on the lease? Because then you could like end up like getting a debt collector onto your door, you know?
Oh, that's true. Hopefully it's her name on the lease.
Yeah, ideally. That would be ideal.
Yeah, if it is, scram.
Just go to Camp Toast, just stay there for a few months, and then you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys need to get better friends, though. I'm sorry. Like, this is unacceptable. I'm assuming most of you writing in, like, you live on your own, you're not in college, like, you're adults. And if you have adult friends who are acting like this, like, they need not be your friends.
Agreed. Sometimes it's just like, it's not meant to be.
And like, dating a guy who's like not the best is one thing, but dating a guy who like is a thief, drug addict,
like Carter is
skipping out on payments to his children, like, yeah, that's different. It's
right.
Like,
this is actually like a bad person, like a criminal.
Yeah, it's like Carter is like, we just don't like him for you.
Right.
And that's harder to implement change. But when it's like
a drug dealing thief
living on your couch, you have the right to say something.
All right, next one. Dear Toasters, I was best friends with this girl for 10 years. We were practically sisters. 3 years ago, I met a guy and instantly we clicked and have been together ever since. We have a dog and recently just moved into our first home together. When I started dating him, she always seemed jealous and we started to grow apart. He's the furthest thing from an asshole and is so beyond kind, so I never understood why she didn't like him. She's the same age as me and has never had a boyfriend, so part of me thought that maybe she didn't know how to handle her best friend getting into a serious relationship, but yet she also made comments about liking him. Then she became very vindictive and mean out of nowhere. She never supported my relationship, and so we grew apart a little bit. This past year, I had a huge medical scare, and I ended up needing multiple brain surgeries. Anyways, during this time, she was completely ghosting me. She never visited me in recovery or texted me to see how I was doing, so I decided to end the 10-year-long friendship.
Good.
We haven't talked since June, but recently she's starting to tell all of our mutual friends lies about stuff that I said, so they basically stopped being friends with me. I'm 27 and don't want nor need that petty drama in my life, but I don't know how to handle it, because how can someone who is basically my sister be doing this to me right now? Love you both.
Okay, I'm so glad you ended your friendship with her, because when people don't show up for you in the most critical of times, that's not your friend. Because what friends are for is to help you get through. Anyone can be a friend when the time's good.
When it's easy.
When it's good times, we're having fun. But like, to be a friend through brain surgery, like, that's when you need to step up. So like, if she wasn't there for you, she was never your friend.
And it seems like she's really okay with not being this girl's friend.
Right. Okay. So now, how do you deal with the fact that she's like basically canceling you around town?
Oh God.
There's a few ways to approach this. I think one way to start is to meet with everyone like one-on-one and just sort of like get your side of the story out there if you care about these friendships. And also, if she really is as crazy as she seems, like, they will realize it soon enough. Like, you can never, like, you can only hide your crazy up until a certain point, but everyone's true colors eventually come out. So like, if she is getting these friends, like, she will eventually fuck them over and they'll know that like she was the crazy person. But if you don't have the patience to wait that long and like you miss your friends, I would just start like hanging out with them one-on-one, two-on-one, and maybe just sharing your side of the story. Because I think when you hear, it's like, even on the show, well, like, two people are in a fight, or Housewives, or like, you know, James Charles, Tati, you hear one side and you're like, oh my God, we're done with James. But then James comes and speaks and he tells his side, and it's like, oh wait, it's not so clear. So maybe they'll still be friends with her, but they won't completely drop you. Right.
There's a lot to say about just civil discourse, you know, talking it out.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't understand, in this day and age, people are just so hot to like hop on a bandwagon, but if they're your real friends, they'll believe you.
Yeah, and like, if you have one of them who's just like you're closer with, or you think you'll get then once she joins the rest of the group, like, she can speak on your behalf.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. You seem like you're living a nice life. Like, you and your boyfriend got a dog, you got a house. Like, invest in that. Like, that's your future. That's your family.
And also, like, I am also 27 years old. And if an ex-friend of mine was going around to my real friends, like, making them not be friends with me anymore, and like, they didn't know me well enough to know the person that I am, and that wouldn't be true, then I would be like, you guys are fucking morons. No, I'm out of here.
If one of my closest friends like could believe like random lies about me from one of our other friends, like,
from some crazy bitch.
Right. Right, you were never really my friend.
And like knowing that I've had like brain surgeries over the past year, so like
Right, like I'm struggling. I don't have time to talk shit about you.
Right, you didn't even have the time.
Time.
So that's where we're at.
Speaking of time, it's 11:30. Camp Toast. It's actually 11:31. Camp Toast tickets are being released in 29 minutes. If where are we going to post the link?
Oh, the link will be posted on our Instagram bio, Instagram stories,
Facebook group, Twitter.
Facebook group. Yeah, just check any of our Instagram stories. 12 o'clock. The Eventbrite link will go up, and the password. You need the password to get to the Eventbrite link, so that like we don't have random people from Eventbrite like just who looking for events show up to Camp Toast.
It needs to be toasters only. So where's the password going to be?
The password is going to be on our Instagram stories and our Instagram. It'll be everywhere. You can't miss it, and it's a great password.
We are so excited to see you guys tomorrow and at Camp Toast, and tonight at my show at Caroline's.
And tomorrow's show is at 11:30.
Oh yeah,
a.m.
This week, the rest of the shows this week are going to be at different times because I need to sleep vocal rest. I have 3 shows this week, so I don't know if I'd mention I'm performing at the Beacon Theater.
11:30 tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday show will be at 12:30.
And my show at Caroline's tonight is sold out, but my show in Inglewood on Thursday is actually like 25 seats left. So if you want to come, it's a really cute theater. I think you guys will have a good time. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Please feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, about how cute we are. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox.
We could always go for those 5-star reviews on iTunes.
So wherever you listen to podcasts, please leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.